So Bill Maher has some choice words for the feminist writer who essentially got Chris Matthews fired. But let's stop and I'll give you the full context. See, Chris Matthews had been at MSNBC, I think, for like 20 years. He is a liberal commentator and he's 74 years old. Kind of an old dude with old sensibilities. In fact, he probably says things that are borderline inappropriate. Well, he just lost his job because, I'm going to do air quotes here, he resigned amid controversies around Bernie Sanders and some things he had said to some women. One of those women is named, I believe her name is, was it Laura Bassett? Laura Bassett. Now, apparently, she was going on his show or something, and she was getting her makeup done, and Chris Matthews said something to the effect of, "Why haven't I fallen in love with you yet?" So an old guy made a passive comment that's probably inappropriate in the workplace. Does that warrant him losing his job or having an op-ed directed his way to destroy his life? Probably not, but that's what happened anyway. In response to this, Chris Matthews apologizes, resigns, he's gone. The left loves eating itself. Bill Maher has come out and mocked the journalist. Dare I say, rightly so, good sir. Let's read the story from the Daily Mail to see the latest on what's happening. Bill Maher mocks GQ journalist who accused his friend Chris Matthews of gross and sexist comments as he calls her Rosa Parks and says married guys just want to flirt for 2 seconds. Bill Maher on Friday came to the defense of Chris Matthews and mocked the female journalist who accused the ex-MSNBC host of flirting with her, sarcastically comparing her to civil rights hero Rosa Parks. Matthews departed the cable network after journalist Laura Bassett named him in an article for GQ magazine as the famous television host who made suggestive comments to her before she appeared on his show in 2017. Maher, the host of HBO's Real Time, said that he will miss Matthews, who bid farewell to viewers on his nightly hardball program on Monday after decades on air. He then slammed Matthews' former employer, MSNBC, for yielding to cancel culture, which Maher called a cancer on progressivism. Maher said, MSNBC used to run this thing. This is who we are. Well, I didn't like who you were this week, and I don't think a lot of people who work there like this either. And I think this cancel culture is a cancer on progressivism. And it's not the first time he said it. Liberals always have to fight a two-front war. Republicans only have to fight the Democrats. Democrats have to fight the Republicans and each other. Maher then defended Matthews for a series of gaffes for which he was criticized in recent weeks. Days before resigning, Matthews made some dumb comments. I'll just say that. I think it's fair to point out the dude says dumb things. But to get fired over this was suspect. So what they highlight here in the Daily Mail article is that Matthews, he claimed that Bernie Sanders winning in some primaries was, in Nevada basically, was akin to the invasion of France in 1940. Calm down, buddy. Calm down. You're getting a bit out there. But is it the end of the world? No. Here's the funny thing. As soon as he did that, the progressive woke lunatics came out to play. And they unleashed the hounds, one of which was Laura Bassett, who said, he's the evil man who said nasty things to me about him wanting to fall in love with me. It reminds me of this episode of American Dad. Have you ever seen it? Where, if you're not familiar with the show, I love American Dad. Good show. Seth MacFarlane, good job. Stan is the dad. Francine's the wife. And Francine ends up getting a job at the CIA where Stan works. And all of the people who work there flirt with each other as a joke, for fun. Not because they're really engaging in anything. It's just flirty banter. I'm reminded, and then Francine gets a job there and Stan freaks out like, oh no, what if she finds out? But the reason I bring this up is not because there's like a direct analogy or a relation. It's just interesting to see the contrast between a show that portrays flirting as mindless fun that everyone can partake in, men and women alike. Yet in the real world, heavens, if you tell a woman she's beautiful and she looks stunning today, she'll say, I can't work now. He said a compliment to me. Oh no. It's mind numbing to me. You don't work there. You don't have to come back. The dude said something to you. So what? Sticks and stones, man. I'm sorry, the delicate flower is withering because of the nasty words of the old man. Viewers were angered over this. Okay, so they say on his HBO show Friday, Maher said Matthews should not have made the analogy. Though he sarcastically remarked, I hope the victims got some closure. Matthews was also criticized for mixing up the names of two African Americans, Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina and Jamie Harrison, a Democrat who was running against incumbent Lindsey Graham. Let's see. The Real Time host also slammed the criticisms of Matthews after his controversial exchange with Warren following her February 25th Democratic presidential debate in Charleston. Chris Matthews demands to know why Warren believes the women who accused Bloomberg of telling her to kill her unborn child. You're confident of your accusation. During the interview, Matthews challenged Warren over her assertion that Michael Bloomberg, the billionaire media mogul, mistreated a female employee by saying, kill her unborn child. Okay. We don't need to know who Bloomberg is. We get it. So he said, you believe he's lying, Matthews asked of Warren of Bloomberg's denial. I believe the woman, which means he's not telling the truth. Oh, here we go. How fun. And why would he lie, Matthews said, just to protect himself? Yeah, and why would she lie? I just want to make sure you're clear about this, Matthews said. That was so tepid. He didn't even it's not like he came out and said, she's lying. I trust the man. He said, so why did he lie? To protect himself? Right. That's just a regular question. Remember when journalists used to ask questions, not because they believed, but because they were providing an opportunity to say, can you explain this? Writing in GQ, Bassett said that it was this exchange between Matthews and Warren that prompted her to identify Matthews as the man who was gross and inappropriate with her. Maher said Bassett and others overreacted to the Matthews-Warren exchange, mockingly saying that the MSNBC host was mean to the senator. During the Friday show, Maher then described what Bassett said Matthews told her in the makeup of the 2017 in 2017 before appearing on his program. Why haven't I fallen in love with you yet? Bassett says Matthews told her. Keep putting makeup on her. I'll fall in love with her. Matthews is said to have told the makeup artist who was working on Bassett. On another occasion, Matthews is said to have told Bassett in the makeup room, make sure you wipe this makeup off her face after the show. We don't make her up so some guy at a bar can look at her like this. And what does that even mean? Who cares? Maher said Matthews said some things that are kind of creepy to women. Guys are married for a million years. They just want to flirt for 2 seconds. He said to somebody, Laura Bassett, 4 years ago, she's in makeup. He said, why haven't I fallen in love with you yet? Yes, it's creepy. She said, I was afraid to name him at the time out of fear of retaliation. I'm not afraid anymore. Thank you, Rosa Parks. No, thank you, Bill Maher. I appreciate you calling these people out. I mean, Jesus effing Christ. I guess my question is, do you wonder how Democrats lose? No, I don't wonder. I get it. How many people who are watching Maher get it too? You know what? I don't know what else to tell you, man. I can listen. The way Bill Maher might be one of the last tough liberals that exists, period. Because so many of them just bend the knee and screech and cower in fear for these people. Bill Maher don't care. Now, has he said stupid things? You betcha. Bill Maher says a lot of dumb things. I'm sure he recognizes that he's the smartest person in the world. I'm sure, he pointed out, he once said we need a recession to deal with Trump. And people slammed him heavily for it. And then he was like, yeah, people are mad, but so what? Whatever. I actually respect that. I think it was a dumb thing. But, look, I got no problem if he came out and said, maybe it was a little harsh. I'll do better, whatever, fine. I don't expect him to come and apologize. I don't expect him to lose his job. I expect people like me to say, Bill, that was stupid. And for him to say, yeah, well, whatever. We don't want him to do about it. Okay, that's fine by me. I get it. I actually respect when someone refuses to bend the knee. Now, if you say something bad, I don't like it. We can still talk. We can still get along. I don't need you to bend to my whim. But for these people, you have to. And that's why Chris Matthews lost his job. Rosa Parks, a historic... They then go on to explain Rosa Parks because the British outlet. I'm not going to explain to you who she is. One of Maher's guests, Caitlin Flanagan, a noted critic of the Me Too movement, criticized Bassett saying, how fragile can one woman be? Ugh, cringe. Maher then joked, is Bassett a compliment victim or a compliment survivor? I'm loving it. Bill Maher, keep it coming. Bassett first wrote of being made to feel uncomfortable by a prominent host back in 2017. At the time, though, she didn't name Matthews. Again, Matthews was never my boss. I'm pretty sure that behavior doesn't rise to the level of illegal sexual harassment, Bassett wrote in GQ. But it undermined my ability to do my job well. If you can't work because someone said a flirty line to you, you do not belong in this industry. Because on Twitter, I assure you, people are going to post substantially worse things about you. Bill Maher will say worse things about you. And now you've drawn the ire of any self-respecting individual who thinks you stepped over the line because you're a dainty, delicate snowflake who can't handle minor comments. Bassett began her onslaught by highlighting the well-documented allegations against the host. Look, I don't care. I really, really don't. If you're going to get bent out of shape about this, I don't know what to tell you. You got to choose your battles. You chose wrong. Now, the guy got fired. Congratulations, you win. But you really do got to choose your battles. And if you can't handle some stupid words from somebody, could you imagine if Chris Matthews called her ugly and he was like, man, you're nasty looking. Ugh, get more makeup on her face. Then what? Is that going to undermine your ability to? What are you supposed to, you want everyone to wear a gray jumpsuit, shave their head, put giant foam boxes over their bodies so you can't see what they look like? I don't know. This person's too tall, too wide, too thin. Let's just put everyone in a gray jumpsuit. Look, man, I've been on many shows. I've talked to a lot of people. People say inappropriate things. Grow up. Welcome to the real world. Well, unfortunately, MSNBC is a trash network. Actually ousted Matthews. He resigned, but I'm pretty sure. Actually, you know what? I'm going to respect Matthews a little bit because I said this earlier. If your company tries putting pressure on you to apologize over this stuff, walk away. That's what he did. He said, I'm out. I resign. Whatever. He still did apologize, though. Nah, you know what I would do? I'd be like, nope. Nope, not going to happen. And if they were like, go on TV and apologize, nope. In fact, I'd be like, let me go on TV. We'll get it sorted. I'd sit down and say, they asked me to apologize. No. You want to fire me? I'm right here. Anybody? Nah? All right, I'm good. I do not appreciate spineless individuals. So I'll give this credit to Matthews for resigning, and I'll give the credit to Bill Maher. I will absolutely stand by my defense of Maher when he calls these people out, and I hope you agree with it too. Because here's what we can agree on. Bill Maher's got Trump derangement syndrome. He's got it bad. Bill Maher has said some dumb things like calling for a recession, but Bill Maher absolutely pushes back on the crazy people who are dominating the left. And hey, I agree with him, and I respect him for doing it. I don't need to agree with you on policy. I don't need to think you're the smartest person in the world. I think what we need to agree on is being a mature adult who can handle mean words, being a mature adult who is responsible to ourselves. And for that, I can respect Bill Maher in this regard. So good call out. Stick around. I will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. on this channel. I'll see you then.